Don't throw it away! The little me is wailing.
얘가 정말? 이것 좀 봐. 이렇게나 낡고 더러워졌잖아. 응? 엄마가 새 걸로 사줄 테니까 이건 버리자.
No, I like this.
맞다! 이번에 TV에 새로 나온 거 봤지? 그거 사줄 테니까 그만 뚝 하자.
No, no, I like this one.
아휴, 얘가 또 때를 쓰네. 이거 너무 낡아서 보기에도 흉하고 털도 날려서 건강에 안 좋은데.
Look, I know that Eri is stupid, but I think feathers falling out of something are not that dangerous. Unless your kid is actually stupid enough to eat feathers, in which case it might do that, but it would quickly stop doing that.
그러지 말고 이번 주말에 아빠랑 엄마랑 장난감 가게 가자. 가지고 싶은 거 다 사줄게. 그러니까 이건 버리자. 응?
First of all, your first sentence is complete crap. Let's go indicates a we that encompasses you, the first party, and the person you are talking to, the second party. So you can go to the toy store with Daddy, the third party, and the and I is not necessary because you are already encompassing yourself into going there yourself. So mentioning yourself again is pointless and makes you sound really dumb. Now, if a fourth party were to join, say, let's go to the toy store with Daddy and Grandpa, it would make sense. Second, thanks for trying to bribe me with toys to make sure that I stop crying, Mom. No, a new one's different.
새 거는 다르다니 그게 무슨 말이니? 새 거가 더 나은 거야.
No, don't throw it away.
알았다. 안 버릴게. 엄마가 졌다. 네 고집을 누가 꺾겠니? 대신 이건 먼지 날리니까 저기 상자 안에 넣어둬. 아무데나 두면 엄마가 몰래 버려버릴 거야. 알았지? 자, 여기.
I hope Eri doesn't have any memory problems back when she was a child. Then again, she did forget about Nameless, so... Uh-oh. I mean, the kid's eventually just going to forget putting whatever she's holding away. And then Mom's just gonna throw it away without telling her? Want me to do that with your favorite dress, Mom? I mean, it is old-fashioned, and, you know, there is a button missing. I'm just gonna throw it away without telling you.
아, 다른 애들은 너무 금방 질려서 탈이라던데. 넌 할아버지를 닮아서 그런 거니? 욕심이 많은 거니?
Oh, great. Eri is either greedy or an old man. Or maybe she just has a hoarding problem. Mom scolded me, but I pretended to not hear anything. I just hugged the doll tightly in my arms. Let's always be together. I promised we'll always be together. So I'll never abandon you. Oh, I think that scene might have actually been about Nameless. In which case, oops.
연우야, 이것 봐봐. 병아리 모양 빵이야. 귀엽지? 네 생각이 나서 사왔어. 먹을래?
A girl gave Yeonho a plastic bag with a picture of a yellow chick.
아, 아니요. 괜찮아요.
By the way, there's something I have to mention about Yeonho. While going through the album for the thumbnail for his route, I realized I missed a picture already. I went back and I went through the various options for the previous scenes. I didn't unlock an extra CG, I even got a bad ending, but that still didn't give me a CG. So, maybe it's a CG that unlocks later, although majority of the CGs we unlocked up to now in the routes were chronologically ordered. Maybe Yeonho's an exception, or I didn't quite get the right combination of bad answers to get a CG. I'm not sure, but it bugs me that there's a missing picture. Yeonho refused immediately. He used to just ignore them without saying anything, but he at least refuses now.
연우야.
The girl did ask him if he wants to try, but she definitely wanted him to. She was about to cry.
연우 요새 좀 이상하지 않아? 예전엔 그렇게 귀여웠는데.
No, it's just called puberty.
그러게, 마치 아이스 프린스 같아.
Don't ever make that comparison again, or I will kick you in the ovaries. After that fuss on the rainy day, Yeonho changed a lot. Just as the girls whispered, he no longer treated others with his adorable face. At the same time, he no longer had to be uncomfortably surrounded by other girls like before. What's the downside here? It all sounds very good. Is he being nice to just me? But he is always kind and warm to me like he was before. No, actually, he seems to care for me more than before. He gives me his lovely smile often, too.
와, 진짜 아이스 왕자 미니어처네. 나야 병아리를 독차지할 수 있어 좋지만 쟤들이 좀 불쌍하긴 하다야.
내가 보기엔 네가 독차지하는 것도 아닌 것 같은데.
Soy and Shinbi stared at Yeonho and me. They are looking at me, not at I. Yeonho was strangely still kind to my friends. Because they associate with you a lot. Duh. Shinbi muttered while looking at the disheartened girls far away.
병아리빵 맛있다는데.
아, 그럼 받아서 드릴 걸 그랬네요.
아니지. 그게 오히려 충격이 더 클걸? 너 먹으라고 준 건데 다른 사람한테 줘버리면 진짜 울지도 몰라.
But she didn't forget to tell him to secretly give her all the presents next time. Really, it's so soy. Suddenly, the classroom door opened and a girl I've never seen before peeped her head.
저기 여기에 연호라는 학생 있나요?
Who's she? I've never seen her before. We all stared at the unfamiliar girl who came to our class. Yeonho, someone's looking for you. Yeonho went out to the hallway while we were all tilting our heads. And a moment later, Yeonho came back after talking briefly with the girl. What's up?
아니요, 아무것도 아니에요.
아무것도 아니긴. 꽤 오래 이야기하던데. 무슨 일이야? 제 다른 말에 맞지? 혹시 고백?
Didn't she say, or the narration say that he came back a moment later? How can you talk a lot there? What? What?
아니에요.
아니면 아닌 거지. 왜 흥분하실까?
Look, Soy, as said before, I like you. But things like that are really annoying to me. This isn't even teasing, this is just... Oh, you're being defensive about something. That means there must be something more behind it. Yeah, if you keep going like that, my fist is gonna be behind it. As Soy kept on suspecting, Yeonho let out a small sigh.
그게...
And after a while... Mystery study group? It was the club Yeonho told us about.
네.
병아리 배짱이 꽤 늘었는데 너한테도 말 안 한 거야?
I was a bit surprised too. He used to report to me every single detail of its day, but now he must be back to normal. There's been a lot of things Yeonho's been doing recently.
그게 가입한 건 아니고 이번에 축제 때 타로 카드 점집을 하는데 저에게 도와달라고 부탁을 하더라고요.
그런데 왜 갑자기 너한테 도와달라고 하는 거야? 너 타로 카드도 할 줄 알아?
It's not that difficult to read tarot cards.
아니요, 저도 해본 적이 없어요.
Then why?
선무당이 사람 잡는 수가 있어.
Shimby muttered creepily. But Shimby's right. It's a bit weird asking someone who has never dealt tarot cards to read them.
그게 사실 지난주에 복도를 지나다가 한 여학생 뒤에 웬 할아버지께서 따라다니시는 걸 봐서 할아버지께 그러지 말라고 했거든요. 그랬더니 그 여학생이 놀라면서 저한테 고마워했어요. 늘 따라다니던 걸 떼어내줬다고요.
So you basically exorcised a ghost. Given that it was an old man, maybe you told her grandfather's or uncle's or father's ghost to piss off? That's kinda sad.
그런데 알고 보니 그 여학생이 미스터리 연구부 부장이었던 거예요. 그래서 끈질기게 입부 권유를 받고 있어요. 계속 거절했더니 최소한 축제라도 도와달라고 계속 그러더라고요.
Oh. At hearing about the old man, I remembered something. I remembered something too right now. If there are some strange pauses before I read a line, that's because my current medication, I switched. It has a slight side effect that I yawn a lot more, so there might be breaks where I yawn. I try to do it very quietly. Come to think of it, I was forgetting. Yeonho has a special talent. He can speak to animals and spirits. Well, you knew about the animal parts, not the spirit part. Also, was that a design concept with Yeonho? I remembered the cat incident that happened before.
할아버지? 그게 다 뭐야?
Well... Zoe asked me what he was talking about, but I pretended to not know anything.
그래서 넌 뭐라고 했어? 할 거야?
아니요, 당연히 거절했죠.
Why?
축제 일을 하게 되면 바빠지잖아요. 그러면 만나기 힘들어지잖아요.
But I have to go to the tarot card of yours at the festival and then ask you how my romance with you is going. Which totally won't be awkward at all. I didn't have to ask whom he meant by you. I purposely turned my head.
아쉽다.
Hmm?
병아리가 타로 카드로 점을 보는 모습을 못 보다니 좀 아쉬워서. 왠지 어울릴 것 같아.
I imagine Yeonho wearing a big hooded cloak and mixing tarot cards. I could picture him saying your fortune for today is in a low voice. I do want to see that too. Well, if Master wants it, I will do it because I will please the Master. Must be a good boy. Must be good to the Master. Always please the Master. I think it would be fun.
그러게 궁금하긴 하다.
보고 싶으세요?
응?
제가 점을 치는 모습이요. 보고 싶으시다면 저 해볼게요.
Well, you don't have to do it at the festival. You can just, I don't know, buy a pack of tarot cards or something, or borrow them from someone and just read them at home. You don't have to do it at the festival for me. No, you don't have to. I just imagined it.
조금이라도 원하신다면 할래요.
Shinbi and Soi looked at us too. I felt like breaking out in cold sweat. Yeonho doesn't act like a kid ever since he changed. But instead, sometimes he becomes serious like this. When he's like this, it's harder to refuse than when he was acting like a baby.
에이, 너무 진지해질 필요 없어. 그러니까 결론은 병아리는 이해를 위해서라면 달도 따다 줄 수 있다는 거 아니야. 잘 알았어. 자, 그럼 더 고민할 것도 없이 병아리는 미스터리 연구부에서 타로 카드점을 봐주는 걸로 결정된 거지?
응?
방금 병아리가 말했잖아. 하겠다고 말이야. 그치?
네,
I feel like I forced him into it. I felt a bit guilty, so I looked at Yeonho, but he was clenching both his fists. How dare Soi that I would get the moon for her? I wanted to tell her that myself with my own words.
괜찮아요. 저 열심히 할게요. 그러니까 꼭 보러 오세요.
Okay. Is it better than doing nothing? Since he said he'd do it, I decided to support him. I opened the front door, but I only saw darkness. No one must be here.
제가 불을 켤게요.
Yeonho ran to the dark living room and turned on the lights. Everyone's really busy.
테이는 카페에 있을 테고 레드는 연극을 한다고 했으니까요. 란스는 학생회 회의가 있나?
Everyone must be busy with the academy and work. And for some reason, Yuli comes home late too. But that apparently is not an uncommon thing, so... He used to come home late sometimes, but he was never always late. What? I know what you mean, but that's such a weird way of saying that. Even if I ask him where he'd been, he just gives me a smile and never answers. The house is quiet. My voice rang throughout the empty house. If the boys were here, they would have all come out to the living room and started chatting, but not today. I lay down on the sofa and looked around the living room. I suddenly felt lonely while seeing the empty living room. Yeonho being here in the room with me doesn't count. I was so used to this when I lived alone, so I didn't feel it. It's been a long time since I felt such silence after Grandpa died.
마스터, 뭐 하세요?
Yeonho changed into comfortable clothes and sat beside me. Nothing. I was just wondering if the house has been this quiet before.
쓸쓸해요?
Hmm? Lonesome? I thought for a moment. Am I? Is this feeling lonesome?
저로는 안 되는 건가요?
Yeonho cut into my thoughts. What do you mean?
레드, 란스, 유리, 테이 모두가 다 있는 편이 좋으세요?
Oh. It felt like Yeonho will turn back to his dark side any moment now. I am not enough for her. I must obsess about her again. It's nothing like that, just the house is always noisy and it's quiet today. Yeonho's face fell more at what I said. Yeonho, I'm always thankful that you're by my side.
마스터,
I just felt a bit lonely with the house feeling different today. He seems to ask me again if that's true with his red eyes shining like rubies. I barely managed to smile at Yeonho.
마스터가 외롭지 않도록 더 노력할게요.
No, there's no need. This is natural. Like in the academy, Yeonho was burning with determination again. I felt tangled emotions hearing Yeonho say he'll try harder for me. The day after he got sick from getting caught in the rain, Yeonho said to me, I remember he said he'd try harder for me. Is he still feeling nervous? I told him I wouldn't leave him for sure, but I guess he can't be assured for good. How can I make him feel assured? Should I tell him what's really on my mind? You know, Yeonho, since you asked me if I'm lonely, if I think about it, I only felt lonely for a short time. The time I was really lonely was the time after Grandpa died and before these boys turned human. Which was apparently like a year before they did, so wouldn't really call a year a short time. It wasn't even a couple of years. When Grandpa was alive, I was never lonely. I did miss my parents, but I was happy living with Grandpa.
마스터, 무슨 생각해요?
Yeonho stared at me while I was drowned in my thoughts. Oh, I'm thinking of Grandpa.
아, 마스터의 할아버지요?
Yeah.
마스터의 할아버지는 지금 이 집에 없어요. 아마 그 영혼은 따뜻한 곳으로 가셨을 거예요.
I was surprised at his unexpected words. Right, he could see souls. Or ghosts, spirits, whatever you want to call them. Really? He's not here?
네,
Okay. It would have been nice to talk to him. But he's at a better place, and nothing's better than that. I felt sad and relieved at the same time.
마스터, 할아버지는 마스터에게 정말 중요한 사람인 거죠?
Either is really important to you or is a really important person to you. Don't put an A in when there shouldn't be one. Or don't put one in when there should be one. Yeah, he's family.
가족이요?
Yes.
그렇구나.
I was worried if he was having bad thoughts again, but he smiled back. I just looked at him as he got up saying he has to wash. I'm going to drown myself in water because she doesn't consider me family. What was he thinking about? It bothered me. I came back to my room to change into comfortable clothes. I took out the things in my pockets to change, my phone rang just in time. Oh, the phone. The number says it's from overseas. Probably my parents. Hello?
여보세요, 딸?
Oh, Mom! Oh, Mom!
잘 지내고 있어?
I'm fine, thanks to you. What's up?
어쩐 일은 항상 하는 안부 전화지.
I'm living with 5 hot guys right now. Don't worry, my virtue is not in any danger right now. I'm so happy. He must be busy.
너는 항상 그 소리니? 있잖아, 원래 이번 일 끝나면 돌아간다고 했던 거 있지? 아, 그런데 미안하다. 일이 생겨서 못 갈 것 같아.
Mom called and apologized right away. I think she said something similar a couple months ago. She told me the current project was in its final stage and she had come to see me soon. But something else has come up now. Well, I was expecting this. Oh, okay. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I was a bit upset, but I purposely tried to sound indifferent. I've gotten used to not being able to see my parents often ever since I was little.
미안해.
It's really fine.
그러면 엄마가
선생님, 여기 좀 봐주세요.
Mom, you sound busy.
미안하다. 엄마가 자주 전화할게. 이만 가봐야겠다.
I heard over the phone someone calling Mom. She must be busier than I thought. Yeah, say hi to Dad for me.
알았어. 그럼 잘 있어.
Okay. Mom hung up. My smartphone said we talked for less than a minute. That means the phone call was for free! My calls with my parents were always this way. I haven't talked to them in months, but we never chat. As expected, they can't come again. They're always busy. It's not the first time they've cancelled coming back. Then they really won't come back until the end of the year. Oh, I guess it's a good thing. Can't exactly show them the house, so this is good. I finished changing and plopped down on the bed. It's good since she won't find out about the boys. I tried to smile by thinking that.
마스터, 들어가도 돼요?
It's Yeonho. No kidding. Huh? Yeah, what's up?
모르는 문제가 있어서요. 가르쳐 주시면 안 돼요?
If it's math, then no. A problem you can't solve?
조금 있으면 시험이잖아요. 그래서 미리 대비를 하려고요. 공부하고 있었어요.
Yeonho was holding the biology textbook. Oh, the exams, I forgot. You're studying really hard.
란스처럼은 아니더라도 적어도 마스터에게 부끄럽지 않을 만한 성적을 내고 싶어요.
People have been calling Yeonho Lance Jr. because of his attitude at the academy these days. Not sure why, considering he's still friendly with the others. He still talks to them compared to Lance, who talks with condescending looks. If he gets good grades, he'll really be Lance's copy. No, he won't. Anyway, would it be okay asking me? I have about the same grades as Soy. But I'm proud that he started studying by himself. That's a fantastic mindset. I'm happy to help. Come here, let's solve it together. Holding the textbook, Yeonho ran towards me and sat beside my bed. I thought about going out to the living room, but I was already sitting on my bed, so I decided to stay put. We soon forgot to study and started fooling around on the bed. So is that, distraction of the sexy screenshot? Yeonho was laughing and so was I. I felt like we were in our own little world. Can we be part of your little world? I haven't laughed and had fun with Yeonho like this in a long time. That was a somewhat abrupt stop to that scene. Okay. It was finally time for the exams. Wow, I'm nervous. Look, Soy, did you study what? Soy sat lifelessly with her arms spread around and stared blankly at the ceiling. I could see that her eyes weren't focusing on anything. She looks like a zombie. Shoot her with an invisible gun. Soy?
내버려둬. 마음을 다스리는 자기만의 방법이래.
Reminds me of my classmates in cosmetician school. After our nutrition/dermatology teacher told us about how sugar can give you some potential energy and wake you up and make your brain go better if you slowly let it dissolve on your tongue. They all had those little sugary lozenges and whatever, and gave them around through the entire class. Like, do you have some? Make sure that you have some sugar, so that it'll make you smarter or something. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll gladly take the sugar. Controlling her mind?
다가오는 불행에 맞서려면 저렇게 해야 한대. 영혼을 해방시킨다나 뭐라나.
Well, I'm sure if her soul is too freed, Yeonho will tell it to go back inside. I see. I looked around and found some other kids following Soy. I heard someone recommended it, saying you feel peaceful if you give everything up. Everyone's leading a tough life. I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket. Oh good, you've turned it on vibrate and silent for exams. That's very good. I must have forgotten to turn it off. I took out the phone, thinking I'd turn it off as soon as I checked the text. Aren't you sitting right next to me? Why are you sending me an SMS? Yeonho wished me good luck through the text. It was cute that he sent me a text even though he was sitting next to me. I texted back right away. You too! Smiley face! I saw Yeonho by my side. He smiled with his eyes. We looked at each other for a while and smiled. I'm sure to outsiders that looks very silly.
그럼 시험을 시작하겠다. 전부 보던 교과서는 가방 안으로 넣어.
Also phones. Now, let's prove how much I've studied. Did you study? Let's start. No, it's if I could... Yes, if I could hold you in my arms or something. What? What the fuck kind of question is that? He's not a fried chicken, no? No, she got Yuri. He doesn't like cabbage cake. Didn't get a diary again? Maybe if I get an A, which is weird, because I remember getting diaries from regardless of what my result was. Maybe I unlocked the ones that would otherwise be unlocked at this point.
이렇게 난 인생의 고비를 또 하나 넘게 되었던 것이다. 소위 회고록 제18장. 시험은 나의 적.
If that memoir comes out, I'll buy one from you. Before it goes out of print.
무슨 소리. 아마 나오자마자 베스트셀러가 돼서 롱런할걸?
Whatever. I'm free now. At the words free, Soy came back to life. Soy, who was lifelessly lying down, stood right up from her seat.
그렇지. 우리 같이 놀러 가지 않을래? 맛있는 거 배 터지게 먹자.
넌 어제도 배 터지게 먹었잖아.
Sorry, not today. I have something to do.
뭐? 배신자. 나 빼고 어디 가려고?
I'm not going anywhere. I just have a pile of laundry I want to take care of. I mean, laundry for 5 guys and my own. A lot piles up very fast. I haven't done housework in a long time because of the exams. Tay and Yeonho have volunteered to take care of some things for a while. Not like they aren't already doing majority of the house chores. I was planning to help out today and make up for all the things I felt sorry about.
알았어, 독립소녀. 대신 나중에 나랑 놀아줘야 돼. 꼭이다.
Alright.
수고해. 적당히 쉬면서 하고.
Yeah, okay. So I looked disappointed and left the classroom with Jimby. As soon as Soy and Jimby left, Yeonho came to me and sat next to me as if he had been waiting.
시험은 어떠셨어요?
It asked me a few questions that I really have no idea the answer to because those are things that I just don't pay attention to. It was hard as always. How about you?
잘 모르겠어요.
Yeonho laughed sheepishly.
피곤하실 텐데 빨리 가서 쉬어요.
I really felt the exhaustion creep in after I relaxed. Don't exhaust now, you still have laundry to do. With Yeonho silently clinging on to me, I left the classroom.
야!
I heard a loud voice from afar. I turned my head and found Red running towards us.
너희도 이제 가는 거야? 오늘은 운이 좋은데? 같이 가자.
Shh. People will hear. Sure enough, some kids were looking at us. He's already famous, but since he's yelling and running towards us, everyone stared. It's nice to go home together, but if he yells like that, people might find out that we live together. I don't think it's a good idea to go together, Red. Red seemed to ask why.
안녕. 지금 가는 거야?
Oh, hey Tay. Before I knew it, Tay was beside Red.
둘이서 어디가?
We're gonna go do our laundry. Which is not a lie, but a good reference. Tay pointed at me and Yeonho standing side by side as he spoke. I quickly got away from Yeonho, and seeing that everyone is paying attention to us. We're all gonna go our separate ways! As I said that out loud, some people stopped staring and went their ways.
그래. 그런데 모처럼 시험도 끝났는데 바로 집에 가는 거야? 어디 놀다 안 가고?
Well, we're all running out of, clean underwear to wear. Everyone's going commando right now. Seeing Tae, Yeonho, and Red gathered together, the kids started walking slowly around us. I thought that we're all going their separate ways. Some even stopped to stare. I thought we just managed to make them stop doing that. I was very uncomfortable with the situation, but Tae seemed to enjoy it. Ugh, I hate this. There's so much housework to do. I have to wash the dishes, do the laundry. I didn't do anything because of the exam, so I have a lot of work to do. Where are you going, Tay? Come to think of it, I think Tay said he doesn't have work today. He said Mr. Hoban specifically gave him the day off. Then will Tay go out somewhere?
원래는 놀러 갈 계획이었는데 마음이 바뀌었어. 나도 그냥 집에 가야겠다.
What?
집에 아기 고양이가 한 마리 있는데 아무래도 오늘 그 녀석이 그릇이며 옷들을 전부 망쳐놓을 것 같거든.
I was doing dishes and laundry just fine for a year before you appeared. Ugh. Tay grinned. He did talk around it, but surely that kitten is me. What did he mean by ruin? When I lived by myself, I didn't really care about housework. But now Mama Tay's there to nag me all the time. He looks so happy every time he points out how clumsy I am with housework.
오늘은 집에 가서 고양이를 돌봐야겠어.
The rest of the 365 days of the year, I actually ignore her. On the other hand, there was one more thing Red wanted to ask.
태희 너 고양이 키우냐? 우리 집에 고양이가 어디 있어? 왜 난 너랑 같이 사는데 난 고양이를 한 번도...
Something came flying towards Red. A stupid question. What was that? I looked at where the rock came from and I saw Lance walking towards us. Lance, seriously, a rock? Slippers, okay. Pillows are, okay too, but a rock? You can kill someone with that. Jeez.
여기서 다들 뭐 하시는 거죠? 통행에 방해가 됩니다. 비켜주세요.
너 지금 뭘 던지... 야, 이거 그냥 실내화 주머니 아니지?
It was Lance's bag that hit Red's head and fell to the ground. Okay, he didn't throw a rock. It was a metaphorical rock. That's better, but still. It was packed with thick books. Slippers mustn't be enough for him now. He's gonna get the taste for blood soon enough.
안 그래도 실내화 주머니가 너무 무거워서요. 들고 있기 힘들어서 던져버렸는데 그만 머리에 맞은 모양이군요. 유감입니다.
What he said didn't make any sense, but he didn't blink once.
거짓말 하지 마 임마. 참고서 넣어놓은 것도 일부러 그런 거지?
Well, yeah, you kind of need the books for the subjects. But he looked at me once and made a weird face as if he remembered he had something to say to me. He really is moody.
아 맞아. 오늘 유리한테 문자 왔었는데 시험 끝난 기념으로 다 같이 집에서 맛있는 거 먹자고 하더라. 치킨이 어떻겠냐고 묻던데.
At his words, I quickly looked around. Thankfully, there were a lot of people around us, but no one seemed to have heard. How could you say together at home out loud like that, Red? Lance must have thought the same thing as he sighed.
저기 집에 안 가실 거예요?
Oh! Yeonho grabbed my arm. Yeonho must be aware of all the gazes, too. Yeah, I should get out of here. Oh, I should... Well then, everyone, goodbye!
그래, 잘 가.
저 녀석 어디 가?
Everyone except Red, who was still being slow, said goodbye to each other and headed their ways. Well, it was more like see you later than goodbye. I hurriedly left the gate.